Good day, Spartan Willie here, and welcome back to our Aston Martin Motorsport Manager F1 2021 mod. Save. Okay, so back here with Aston Martin, Singapore today, only 3 days away, very quick. I think we talked about the turnaround last time out, in the last episode, sorry. But before we get into it, unfortunately, for some reason, it wouldn't load my latest save file. So I saved in Q just after Q1 before I start recording. So I had to take it back to Q1 just after. So I had to redo the race of Sochi, which was, believe me, not fun at all because Sochi, it was a dead race last time. It was even worse today. And unfortunately for us, Vettel crashed out and Stroll finished P13. And to make things worse, Yuki got a point. So instead of gaining a point on Alpha, was it AlphaTauri? Yeah, AlphaTauri, we lose a point to them in our sixth place battle. So a bit disappointed. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened to the save. It just corrupted or something. It wouldn't load, and it just kept loading me back to Q2. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but we move on. Didn't not like we lost the race win or anything. But let's quickly go through the comments here. Tommy Page says, first season nearly over, and hopefully exciting transfer can happen. Nick De Vries is a very talented driver in real life. Definitely a driver I'm going to give a serious look at, even for that reserve driver spot. Yeah, I think it's disgraceful that it doesn't have a seat, to be honest. Obviously, money talks in F1, and we can see that this season more than ever. But thanks for your comment, Tommy. And then Marty says, "Sheesh, Mazepin to Aston Martin confirmed. Good vid, mate. Cheers." I think that little interview was a bit of a curse for maybe for the save because we said we signed Mazepin. The game's like, you know what, we're not saving the game now. You get out of here. You can redo Sochi after that. And this time I got completely slandered by Stroll saying my strategy was terrible, so I told him to button it, and he's a bit upset at me. I think we got like a little trait going on here. Where is he? Driver details. Yeah, angered by interview. He won't even discuss terms with me for 5 weeks, but he's on for 52 months, so he's gonna have to stick with me for a little bit. So me and Stroll having a bit of an argument at the moment, but yeah, Mazepin to Aston Martin confirmed. Maybe not. He's probably the last driver I'd bring in out of all the options, but obviously it's all sarcasm. So yeah, cheers, Marty, for your comment. Joseph says, I think you should stay budget friendly for the first driver and get like a Hulkenberg, Albon, or Gasly. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'll explore all options and make a decision I think's best for the series. And then Itch Struggles Schmogan says Mick Schumacher would be too boring personally. I like to see someone who isn't that famous, for example, Al Armstrong. Yeah, I do think that when people started suggesting Mick Schumacher, but it does seem to be the popularity vote at the moment. But yeah, again, just relating to the drivers, end of the year, I'll suss it out. Right now we've got a season to finish. Vettel crashed out in Sochi in the second time round, so he's not getting any better. But yeah, cheers, Joseph and IDS for that one. Yeah, let's get straight into this episode. All right, Singapore prep time. So eighth and above, you know how we do it. Over here to the car, we did actually get that gearbox finish, which is good. It looks pretty decent. Obviously, it's got that 50 plus bonus for the soft, supers, and ultras, which we will use because we never use the medium. So it's going to be even better on the track. We can actually equip that today, can't we? Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, 100% reliability. That's what we like to see. So this is still the better gearbox at the moment. Actually, if you add 50 to that, that's the better gearbox. So we'll give that to Stroll, and he'll make Vettel think he has the better car. But really, it's the better cars with Stroll. So that is good to see. We're obviously still improving that first gearbox as well. Maybe we'll chuck on that one as well. Get it going. But yeah, we're building some brakes just to sort of take a little break from the gearbox. Brakes are nice and quick, so try and get another column to the top would be great. And maybe we'll do some suspension, finish off the gearbox. And I want to do one more big engine build before the end of the season. So we've got a sick engine coming in, but we're waiting for this HQ to be done, which will be done in 4 weeks. So yeah, it's all coming along nicely. Just a quick recap on how the car's going. I'm going to do Q1 and practice, and I'll see you for qualifying. Welcome to Q2 in Singapore. I love how this track looks in the game. It's one of my favorite tracks. Like aesthetic wise, it's great, but not for us performance wise. We have been so slow this weekend. We scraped through in Q1, so not looking forward to how we're going to go into Q2, but we'll see how we go. We'll have a open mind. In Sochi, we made ninth and 10th again, even after, because obviously I did the race twice, and the second time we made it to Q3 again. But yeah, we'll see how we go here. It won't be that again. Oh, Vettel was actually had a really good lap there. I don't know how on earth, where he's pulled that from, but we could have a Q3 appearance here. We're not going to send Vettel out again. I'd rather not send him. I don't know. I mean, hopefully he gets knocked down. Let's send him out on softs. Because if he's actually going to have a chance of making it to Q3, I want him on a good strat. But he won't beat his crazy lap on softs, will he? No, I don't think he will. But he could get pushed out. I mean, it's a good 2/10 in that. So hopefully he gets pushed down. I know it's sort of bad sandbagging, but we do kind of want to get Stroll a bit higher up, closer to Q3. We don't want him starting down at 14th. Come on, Stroll, pull your finger out, mate. We'll send him out for one more lap here on the Super Softs. Vettel looks like he's actually going to make it into Q3, which is not what I was expecting. I was literally just talking about how poor we've been at Singapore, but Vettel does the lap of his life. It's almost a second quicker than Stroll's lap, and Stroll's got the better parts, so it's just bizarre, really. But it looks like, yeah, Vettel's through in P8. Stroll goes out quite miserably in 14th, but we are in Q3 for the second race weekend in a row, which is quite an interesting turn of events. Now, can we get out of the bottom spots? Or the bottom spot, I should say, today. Come on, take qualifying. Let's get straight into it, mate. Try and go for the 3 runs. I think we should be able to easily get 3 runs. Oh, there is wet water on track. Okay. How do I want to go about this? We're going to wait until, just so the track grip goes up as much as possible for the water. Lucky I checked that, or else I would have sort of not taken that into account. Now we really got it. We're going to send him out now. This is it. Your one shot. When there's water, there's a chance that something funky happens, and we will end up on the front row. It's optimistic, but you got to be optimistic, don't you? It looks like he will comfortably make it around this lap. Yeah, he will, before the rain hits. Come on, Vettel. Where's he going to go? Okay. After all that anticipation, he'll go P10. What's even the point? Yeah, well, that's your final order in Q3. So, Leclerc on pole, followed by... Look at the gap in the top 3. That is incredible. Incredible. And then a big gap to Alonso and an even bigger gap to Perez. And then just us and Ocon just chilling at the bottom there, Vettel and Ocon. Bottas, really... Oh my god, it's wet. Why are people out there in wets? And their lap times would be so damn slow. Yeah, wow. There's no point even sending them out. Knowing Vettel would somehow put it in the wall, even though he can't crash in qualifying. But that will wrap up qualifying. A bit of a useless Q3 appearance, but we made it there 2 race weekends in a row, so we can't really argue with that. Leclerc's on pole for, I think, the first time this season, which is good for him, I guess, but we move on to the race. Alright, race day, and there seems to be rain, which could mean an exciting race. That is all slicks, though, so we're not going to even worry about trying to make the most out of that. But it does unlock the tyre choice, so we're not at all hampered by Vettel's Q3 choice appearance, sorry, which is fantastic. So we're going to go straight onto the softs. That is a good case scenario. Fantastic. We've been not bailed out, but got a bit lucky there. Push, attack, overtake, overtake, start race. Let's get straight into it here at Singapore. Fernando Alonso in the second row. Ricardo's fallen back a little bit. It was a bit of a different qualifying session, wasn't it? Last time out. But we're one of the only 5 cars on softs, which is interesting. But we'll see how we go. Vettel gets a bad start. I don't like going that fast at the beginning, do I? But I also don't like watching my cars drop back down the grid. So, yeah, terrible start, really. I'm just going to tell them to chill it on the petrol just for the takeoff there. We want to push. How long will these tyres last? We could probably do a double soft stop. Chuck into 4 times. Whoa. Whoa. Causing a collision. There's been a collision. Bottas. Oh, and of course we're in. Max Verstappen's out. Oh, no. And Vettel's got front wing damage. For the first time this season, we've had an incident. Okay, fix the front wing. Nice and safe. Let's put him on to another set of softs. We'll just stop for the second time for Stroll. Unlucky Stroll. Bottas is a lunatic. So, yeah, a bit of a hectic start there. Not Vettel, what's his name? Oh, and Sergio Perez has caused the collision. What is going on here? An absolutely mad start to this race. Oh, and there's an 8-second mistake at the pit stop. Stroll's out of this race. Stroll is not competitive in this race at all, so you can just drive at the back of the grid. Look, he's 10 seconds behind Latifi. His race is over with a stupid collision and a even worse mistake. But anyway, doesn't matter, and that seems really quick. What speed is that? Okay, I think the speed manager changed the wrong speed there. But 4 times looks to be about 20 times. But yeah, that's interesting. That's good if I want to get through a race quickly, I suppose. But yeah, it looks like we're stuck between two times. But yeah, that's quite an action-packed start to this race. I like that. I mean, I don't like that Stroll's out of it, but all these crashes and collisions, that's something we haven't seen this season, really. Trust it to be at Singapore, though. I do like Singapore as a racetrack. It's quite interesting. And it's quite the test for the drivers as well with the heat and stuff. So we're going to zoom ahead here. It just looks so not laggy, but I don't know, framey. Is that a word? You're sort of just watching it in like little frames. But, it's a good way to get through a race for sure. Tire temperatures are really high. I need to back off. The tire temps are fine, my guy. Look at that. Some serious pace there. Sergio Perez is locked up. So Perez dropping back behind us, which is fantastic to see. Yeah, so we're just basically going to have a pretty basic pit stop today for Vettel. He's in the points, by the way, which is fantastic to see. But so are AlphaTauri, so hopefully Gasly drops out. We should be able to put on a bit of pressure on Gasly. We do have, hopefully, a faster car. I'm going to tell Vettel to burn a bit of fuel. I'm pretty much just going to ignore Stroll. I mean, I don't like to do that, but all the focus is definitely on Vettel. It's completely out of Stroll's hands. It's not Stroll's fault. Obviously, Bottas was the one that caused the collision because he was under investigation. And then obviously a pit crew mistake. So not really much Stroll can do. Hopefully Vettel doesn't put it in the wall. That's all I'm hoping now. And we're battling with Gasly here, sort of. And Perez has caused another collision and gets in trouble for that. So Perez right now has caused two collisions. Not our collision, obviously ours is Bottas, but he caused another collision earlier I saw. Could have been the same collision, but I think it was a separate one. I'm just sort of kind of zoom ahead to this fight with Gasly. We're going to give Vettel overtake. Here he goes. He could go for a move here. We're going to finally see some overtaking action. Skip forward a couple frames. We're going to... It's all over the back of him. Come on, use as much fuel as possible. What? Oh, and there's been another collision. And that's fine, I guess, as long as there's no bloody mistakes. I mean, we're sort of due for a pit stop anyway. We're just going to have to be careful on these tyres to get them through to the end of the end of the race, sorry. So, no mistakes this time, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we want. Just go out there. I think the race is going to get a bit boring now, so I'll let you guys go and I'll bring you back if anything interesting happens. Alright, I bring you back with about 4 laps to go, 5 laps actually. I always read that and it says something different up here, but we are in a tense fight for this one bloody point, with a direct rival nonetheless. Both our tyres are looking very worse for wear, so this fight is going to be very interesting. We're going to go on push, go forward a little bit. Obviously, we still are in the points at the moment, but he's all over the back of us. But his tyres are more dead than ours. So, and he's actually boxed. Well, that fight was boring, wasn't it? We're going to be able to just coast while he's boxing. But we're going to be able to coast the end of this race, hopefully in 10th, which would be great. Raikkonen's a fair way down the road. Stroll had a race today. I don't know. He was sort of there. He had fun driving the car around, I suppose. But wasn't really competitive, but that's not his fault, as we discussed earlier. But Sebastian Vettel will come through and get a point, but AlphaTauri clapped back with 4 because Gasly, who had quite a good race, Bottas is just not there this season. Will not be able to stripe any points away from him, I don't think. I think he's too far back. But Sebastian Vettel will get the 1 today, which, I mean, I knew we weren't going to be that competitive, Singapore, and that showed today. So that's fine. We knew it. We sort of expected it. I do like this track. It's fun to race at. That was a race to forget. Yeah, for you, Stroll, it certainly was. And maybe for Vettel as well. Like, he won't be remembering that one. But good job, Seb. You finished a race after crashing out in the redo of Sochi. I was a bit worried he was going to go on another streak. But Leclerc wins. I wasn't even paying attention up there. But yeah, Charles Leclerc wins. Obviously, Verstappen crashed out. Hamilton. And then is that Danny Rick on the podium? Lovely stuff. We'll see a show from him. He pitted with 3 laps to go. That is rough, McLaren. Come on, get that pit strategy straight. He could have won, maybe. What's the Oh no, he got the fastest lap, so it was actually good strategy. Oh, Sebastian Vettel got a drive-through penalty. Oh, okay, that's a bit rough. I don't remember that. He must have served that when I pitted him. Yeah, there you go. That's news to me as well. But yeah, 2 points is now the gap. They're closing it slowly and slowly, so I'm a bit worried, but hopefully we can arrest the decline. Yeah, that's Singapore. Alright, so time for me to piss off one of my other drivers, sorry. Sebastian Vettel runs straight into the back of Gasly today. Vettel shouldn't be allowed to race after that. He's an idiot. What do you think? Gasly's an idiot. He should get out the way. I'm standing by the drivers this time. We won't even discuss terms. Fair enough, too. I did just call him an idiot on live TV. But, yeah, that is Singapore all wrapped up. Verstappen accepts blame for the crash. Good on him. Um, let's have a look at the car here. Fifth best car on grid, top speed, still the top. That's what we're clinging on to there. The best engine on grid, which is, I mean, fantastic, really. Brakes done in 3 days. Next up, we've got the Suzuka. And I was sort of thinking while I was doing practice, we should really start moving the focus to next year. So I think this might be the last part we build for this year and just start building an insane car for next year. Because, I mean, is he really going to sack us for a seventh instead of sixth? Like, what's the difference in the prize money? If he does, maybe we'll look at cheating my way back into the seat. I don't know. I got to understand I got a long project going on here, you know. Who cares if you finish sixth or seventh? Either way, it's not first. So bit of prize money won't hurt us. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. Hopefully we can still get that sixth place. That's the goal. But I'm going to start maybe shifting the focus to next year. Build some illegal parts, get them on the car. If you don't know that strat, it's insanely helpful. If you build the levels and the base stats that your car uses next year is whatever is fitted to it at the end of the season, but it gets rid of all risk levels. So if you build a risky part and like say the engine's like 1400, you equipped it to the car, you go sim to next season, your base car next year will have a 1400 no risk level. And then any improvements onto that, it's just a mad way to sort of get a massive jump from season to season. So if we get an even better engine than this, we'll be insane to stop next season. But yeah, that's this episode. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like on the video. It helps the video out a lot. And subscribe. It helps me out a lot as well. And yeah, I hope you're still enjoying the series. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.